Alright, so I want to talk about some of the court cases I found today and try to apply them to what I'm going to do for my defense. I just need to get my thoughts in order. I'm doing this from inside my car, and I'm on battery, so I don't have a lot of life, so it might be good um, to keep it short. This situation, I got a few video clips over the past couple of weeks. Just like, I'm not looking for recording anything, but they just fall into my lap. I just happen to be parked here, and this state trooper pulled over this drunk driver. He clearly looked drunk. I'll just mention it a little bit more. The trooper had him sit in the passenger side twice. This is after the first time the drunk driver sat in the state trooper's passenger side, and then they both went back inside the car, and the drunk driver sat in the passenger side again, obviously so the cop could smell alcohol on this guy. And then the guy went from the front seat to the back seats. I didn't record it all, pretty much just a little clip of him walking. And in this clip, when they walk to the car and go back inside, is when I shut it off. Yeah, they walked back inside, and that's unfortunate. He had like a truck that disappeared by the morning time. I went back to sleep. Yeah, that truck right there. So that was his situation. Um, let's see. I want to get black notes. Uh, I just I'm trying to arrange my thoughts here. What's the best way to do that? All right, I want to share some ideas. Also, let me say that court clerk Kathy, who I just started calling conniving Kathy. She went to the the district clerk and asked them if they were getting calls about me, uh, just them getting harassed or something, and they sounded like they said no. Um, so I thought that was interesting. That got my heart racing a little bit. I gotta say, I was wondering, like, that woke me up. Let me just say, I was falling asleep, and it woke me up as I was reading court cases, and I was wondering what she's conniving, because this is Kathy, and I've recorded her. I do have a picture of her. I definitely got a picture of her. I should probably take a few more for accuracy, but she's the one that connived on my second arrest. She full well knew that I was about to get arrested with the two cops in the municipal court, and she was like, just stay till the end. And it's just so enraging, um, to deal with their conniving. And they all connived to have me thrown in jail over my voice recorder being on during the arrest. So I'm gonna end this. Mm, I don't know. I'll put that there. For being there. All right. And now this is an interesting thought I got today. I'm like, and this goes along with the idea that the cops are about, like they tell they accuse you of playing games with them when they start the games. The cops start the games, they start the games, then turn around and accuse you of playing games. It's incredible. It goes along the same lines. Well, they'll come up to you and start playing a game saying that you have no legitimate reason for being there, and then they don't have any legitimate reason for kicking you out. It's a real circular way of thinking. All right, let's see. I want to go to another clip here. Window capture. Nope. VLC. When I go straight to VLC, I'm not able to manipulate when or when to stop it. It just keeps going and it just rolls. So this guy, and I'm gonna keep the audio going. I don't know if I can hear it, but he offered me water. He's doing a welfare check. The park manager.
Yeah, I hear you. You need some water?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm good with
I got a couple of bottles of water if you need them.
No, I just need to stay out of the sun as best I can.
You're welcome to.
Okay, great. Yeah.
Right on. Have a good day.
You too.
All right. Sure you don't need a bottle of water?
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
So the park manager does a welfare check, which is something that cops could do too. This is on a particularly hot day when I was out finding shade, the best shade spots I could find. So he comes up and approaches me, and that's not something that park managers normally do. And I didn't trust him. I didn't trust what his intentions were. I wouldn't trust a cop that approached me over me parked there too. But as long as he didn't try to push me out and say, maybe claim that I didn't have a legitimate reason for being there, that's fine. So that was a situation. Whoops. All right. All right. I am going to. Okay, yeah, I got it. All can be done right straight through the OBS, I think. Let's see, active VLC. But yeah, I'm wondering what's next. I asked Kathy, who speaks Spanish, by the way. I heard her speaking Spanish in the courtroom for a Mexican guy. Oh yeah, this is kind of a long one. These cops. I was parked behind the Walmart and walk over here, seeing this, decided to record it. They're giving the people a hard time. That's not Josh Hilgart, right? Huh. I forget what time it was. This is over about a week ago. Now I can't hear the sound. I'm gonna turn the sound down, but I was talking to a lady during this time.
They're searching the car.
Maybe I'll keep it up. Maybe I'll turn my sound down. Unfortunately, I can't hear what's playing in the clip. And there's got to be a way to do that. For me to be able to hear. Lock volume, unhide. Yeah, that's really strange. I should be able to play advanced audio. Yeah, give me some. I don't. Active, left, right. Desktop audio. Yeah, it won't. Okay, it just clearly won't. Let me see if I can show that. I don't think I could show a window capture with the actual VLC screen. It won't let me do that. Nope. Okay.
Interesting.
Oops. Let's see. They shine the light right on me, but don't come over to say anything. That dude, and that couple gave permission.
Whoa. Well, I just got here 2 minutes ago. So,
what's going on?
well, I mean, there's a traffic stop, and then they must have suspected there's something questionable in the car.
Do you think it's theft or do you think it's drugs?
Well, I don't. They only have one drug dog, from what I know, so, and I don't see that out here. I don't see. You see a canine vehicle at all? Yeah, it's the people are outside leaning against the car, and they're not like inside the car yet. So, if they find something, you'll see them sitting in the back of the car rather than in the front.
As in the individuals who own the vehicle?
Yeah, because you see them, they're sitting right in front of the car, in front of the police car right now. So, if they're under arrest for anything, they'll be in the back of a vehicle.
Right?
So right now they're innocent. Right now they don't really. The cops really don't seem to have anything besides the traffic stop. But they're looking hard, and they obviously gave a verbal permission to look through the car.
Okay.
The cops didn't have to get a warrant out, I don't think. I think the occupants actually just gave them a verbal permission.
Amazing gentleman next to me.
Are you doing it live?
No, I'm just saying FaceTime.
FaceTime? Oh, okay. Yeah, I just happened to be walking by. It's kind of interesting.
I'm not that cool to do it live.
Yeah, it's got a heavy cop presence here. I'm not. No, I just turned the camera on. I would have to use the Walmart signal, and I don't think it's strong in front. But yeah, it's always a show with the lights and stuff.
I know. I just have to see it.
Yeah, they just go through. It looks like they got two cops going through the car. You got to pull everything out.
Yeah. You're a great commentator.
Well, just observing. It's nice to communicate. Practice talking.
Not always the common denominator in North Dakota.
What was the common?
The common denominator is it relates to practicing talking or just
Yeah, yeah, it's really helpful to really
Good practice.
yeah, to do that. Do like play-by-plays or whatever.
Heck yeah.
But yeah, I'm guessing I didn't really come in at I'm in 7 minutes in, and I'm guessing I didn't really come in at the tail end of this. But yeah, I actually walked from way over on the other side of. Oh, they're putting things back. That's a good sign.
Good for these folks.
Maybe, yeah, good for. Because they'll want to keep everything out if they're, for a thorough search once they start. But then, they rearrange everything. It's so annoying.
Right.
You don't know where your stuff is.
Scavenging and stuff.
Yeah, and then not putting it back exactly where it was. It's a little annoying. Yeah, exactly. But I mean, they gave them permission, I'm guessing. But they don't have to. But that was their choice. They may have felt compelled to.
Nothing to hide.
Yeah, they wanted
Couponers.
Couponers.
I'm just being funny. In
Yeah.
the sense that, like, oh, we just bought a bunch of shit. But, like, nothing.
Yeah, I'm not gonna talk about what was in there.
Right? Obviously, nothing good.
Yeah, it could have been like a theft or something. I don't know.
Let's see what happens now if we take it down.
Yeah, we can't just walk over though and listen. That's the tough part. Well, I don't know. I've heard of cops like accusing people of flanking, like what we're doing
I know.
is flanking the cop by sitting here and watching. All right, they're not being put in handcuffs. Oh, the cop's reaching behind his belt though. So they're gonna talk about it some more. Oh, no, it looks okay. Oh, if they're gonna let him walk back to his car, that's a good sign for him. Yeah. Unless they just they're letting him walk back to his car, so looks like it's a clear, all clear, but she can't. Yeah, she can't move. They got more to talk about. What was that? Oh, he's taking off.
Just leave her in the dust.
I guess, yeah. He'll bail her out, come back and bail her out later. But yeah, I mean, Walmart doesn't let you do 24 hours, so it must be for a short time. I don't know. It's interesting, but I usually don't sit here and record so much, but since you're here, I guess it's like,
Makes you feel better about it.
yeah, instead of standing here by myself, yeah.
You just feel good there.
Well, when you live stream, then you can like talk to somebody too. It's like
Yeah,
almost
you're
like
commentating.
almost like having you stand next to me. They're in the screen instead.
Right?
That's
You're making it hard.
so yeah. He's parked and they're still.
Where are they going now? It is in Williston. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and the Walmarts too, of all places. I think Walmart used to be a lot crazier back when the oil was like the prices were better, or a lot more people hanging out in the parking lot and stuff. And
Yeah, that parking here and stuff.
there's the signs. Yeah, camping out behind the Walmart in front of it.
My grandmother used to tell me the stories
About what? The oil?
about the people at Walmart and the oil.
Because I know. Well, okay, all right.
I would say that yes, there's crazy people at Walmart.
Yeah, absolutely. In Williston too. Is that,
Yep.
she's from Williston.
Tioga, but yes, Stanley and Williston.
Yeah, it's. I haven't been here very long myself, maybe a month.
Where are you from?
Well, just I'm a traveler, so I just coming from the south area. I mean,
South as in
like,
Texas?
well, yeah, the furthest south I went was Point Isabel. You probably don't know that one.
Nope.
Point Isabel, the very south tip of Texas, and it's hot in the winter time. I was surprised.
No, I'm from Florida.
Yeah, I've never been there. I'm trying to make my way over, but I'm kind of stuck in Williston right now. I got a criminal trial I'm waiting on.
All right, I'm not sure exactly where we're at here.
Disorderly conduct and resisting arrest.
That's
Yeah, it's law.
see that.
Well, I mean, I'm in the process. I got a judge. I'm in the process. I have to fight it myself too. They didn't even approve a court-appointed attorney for me, even though I think I qualify. It's like I'm in the process of trying to make the motions.
Oh,
You know what
whoops.
motions are? You've heard of them? Yeah, I'm in the process of trying to, I guess, write my own.
Better if I can get on it.
Yeah, it's not something that you take lightly.
No.
It's not something you just kind of do over.
All right, in determining whether an officer's intrusion into one's Fourth Amendment rights is warranted, courts have set a standard on investigating. Set a standard an investigating officer must follow. Oh man, an investigating officer must follow. I copied this word for word. I follow in light of the policy of the Fourth Amendment, which is to minimize governmental confrontations with the individual. Jesse the Booze Cruz. Specifically, an investigating officer must have an articulable Specifically, an investigating officer must have an articulable and reasonable suspicion that a law has been or is being violated. The concept of such a reasonable suspicion is not readily or even usefully reduced to a neat set of legal rules. It is a standard less than that required for probable cause, but more than that of a mere hunch. Motivations must be based on more than a vague hunch or other non-objective facts. Suspicion or curiosity will not suffice as a valid stop justification. Nonetheless, the standard is an objective one in that the trier of fact asks whether or not a reasonable person in the officer's position would be justified by some objective manifestation to suspect the defendant was or was about to be engaged in criminal activity. So I asked this of Jesse the Booze.
Let's go, Gross.
Hi, Baloney?
Balog.
Balog, okay, nice to meet you.
So I got some arguments I need to make for this court hearing. My first step though is to put out a a motion to repress the evidence, repress, a motion to dismiss. I need to rewrite the whole thing. And that court case I read, I didn't say what the court case was exactly. But I wrote it down, at least I have it. This is another one. City of Bismark versus Schoppert, 1991. In the court's opinion, Schoppert, they mention supra a lot. I don't know what supra means. It's mentioned quite a bit with references. The defendant was convicted of disorderly conduct solely because he used profanity and other abusive language towards the police directly. In reversing the conviction, the North Dakota Supreme Court explained why the conviction unconstitutionally infringed upon Schoppert's First Amendment rights of free expression. Here, the instructions given by the trial court allowed the jury to convict if found Schoppert used abusive language that tended to incite immediate breach of the peace. And that's a big one. Breach of peace, or using fighting words, inflicted injury by its very utterance. Only the first option meets the constitutional requirement we have outlined. We cannot sustain a conviction based upon an unconstitutional ground. This record tells us that Schoppert could only have been convicted for injuring the feelings of the officer or the chaplain, all or any of them, an unconstitutional ground for a criminal conviction. There is no evidence that Schoppert's language or conduct tended to incite an immediate breach of the peace. Schoppert's words were not a clear invitation to fight, and the testimony did not demonstrate that these words spoken to this audience had any tendency to cause an immediate breach of the peace. All right? So, Schoppert is a North Dakota Supreme Court ruling that I want to use for myself. It's in my best interest to refer back to Schoppert and say, hey, Judge, look at what Supreme Court rulings have made for similar cases with my case. If I have to go that far, I want to suppress the evidence first and try to move for a dismissal. And then if I have to go to court, then I got to go into these court cases and be like, hey, once again, I tried to suppress the information. I tried to suppress your evidence, but you guys wanted to go to courts. So now I got to bring up these court cases that clearly show a lot of rulings in my favor because of the First Amendment. And there's Fourth Amendment ones. Some of these I wrote down on my notepad. Some of these I typed into the computer. I should have typed them all into the computer. Because like for this one, I got an issue with the protester who approached the lady, and his waving of arms was threatening. All right, this is an argument, Olmstead versus U.S. I believe I have the right to be left alone. If the librarian screwed up and not put up any signs, they didn't need to disturb my peace. They could have let me sit there, cleaned up that desk afterward, and then put up signs. be like, oh, my bad, we should have put up signs here. Let me sit there, shut up about it. Let me sit there, do my work, leave. You clean it up, put some signs there, and then move on. Instead, you had to confront me, tell me to move. I didn't move fast enough because I was trying to figure out why you're picking on me. And then you call the cops to have me put in jail for 6 days. It could have gone a lot better on your end. A lot better. But you guys are so insane. You lost your minds over this COVID issue. You learn. I mean, I've been in a lot of situations where I see somebody doing something I don't like. I'm not going to confront them directly about it. I'll just be like, oh, okay, I need to rearrange things in a different way. Just moving chairs is not enough. You got to put up notifications. Why is notification considered so important in the legal realm with with business? I mean, how are you going to know if they got sales or not? You're not going to verbally tell everybody you got a sale. You put out advertisements, signs in the news. You don't just post a stupid infographic on Facebook. We're not so far advanced where everybody's plugged in the Facebook. It's crazy. Let's see. That was Schoppert. No, was I? I didn't really plan on. I'm on the battery. Where am I at? Let's see. The application of disorderly conduct laws to expressive activities must respect motivating ideas. Those laws can regulate an intimidating or threatening method of communication. Waving your arms at somebody while you're communicating your dislike of their practices, waving your arms very close to them, that's understandable. I didn't wave my arms at those librarians in a threatening manner. I understand how threatening that could be. I want to put up this and point out that at the bottom, that certificate of mailing, that is right. Oh, the certificate of mailing is old. They don't do that with the district court anymore. Their certificate of mailing, where you put that you've mailed that information, you don't put it at the bottom of your notice. That's got to be a separate piece of paper with the district court. But the city municipal court with the district court, the city municipal court does that still. They're not keeping up on district court practices, so that's dirty. They don't even follow the district court practices. They're still doing the notifications, swearing, because she put her name, Jackie put her name, all right? She put her name, that she's the one swearing that she mailed that information to me. That's an old practice that the district court abandoned back in 2018, yet Jackie obviously didn't get the message. And why is that? Because they're dirty. Their system is dirty. They're operating on their own system, all right? They're not operating on the standard district court system. They're doing their own system, which is very dirty. I just wanted to point that out. All right, one more video. I wanted to show Cruz. See, I shouldn't. I want to show Cruz, but I shouldn't play it all the way through because it's really long. I just only wanted that short piece. So I guess I'll go. What? No. I'll go to the movie Windows Movie Maker. I think I had a lot more to talk about. I didn't really write a schedule here. Okay. We're gonna put this. Well, I don't know. It's just enlarge it in this. Just needs a minute to process. Well, see where it's at. Oh my god, it needs a long time. It's 14 minutes. See, I didn't want to play it all the way through. I recorded a lot of non-activity. A lot of non-activity, so I'll give it a minute. Alright, what else do we got here? Voice recorder. Oh, I wanted to go on the voice recorder a little bit because of Josh Hilgart going through my voice recorder without a search warrant. Their warrant, their reason is only because they had a hunch that I recorded inside the courtroom, so that gave them permission to search my voice recorder. And I got it on video with Jesse Cruz going through my bag after he arrested me on the first arrest, and I was like, what? I told him, you can turn on my camera if you want, because he's looking at my camera, and he's like, oh no, we don't do that. And I'm like, you're going through my bag anyway, what's stopping you? Well, obviously they do go through your electronics, but they wait until you're in jail first. Then they go through your electronics, because that's what Josh Hilgart said on his report, which I'll show after the court case is over. He said that he searched my voice recorder while I was in booking. And I question how that was done exactly. Did he actually search through my voice recorder directly? Or did he upload my files to a computer and then search that way? I don't know. It just said in the report that he searched. This isn't something relevant to trying to defend myself against disorderly conduct and resisting arrest, but it's certainly an issue that I'd like to bring up and find out. What gives cops permission to search my voice recorder? I mean, they searched my bag. I mean, I've already given up my Fourth Amendment rights, apparently, for their nonsense. And now they can search voice recorders. Who knows if they searched my phone while I was in jail as well. If they could search my voice recorder while I'm in jail, then they can search my laptop, my all that. If cops, let me just okay, that's a Windows. Yeah, there's just, if cops can search your voice recorder for their own curiosity, then they can search your computer and phone. Williston cops do not respect any privacy at all. Okay, a hunch that they thought my voice recorder was recording inside the courtroom, which it wasn't even court in session. It was pretrial with only me and the DA. There wasn't even court in session, and they felt like they needed to search my voice recorder over that. That's dirty. All right, no search warrant needed. And they were threatening to destroy my voice recorder over this too. So they felt, oh, we'll just search it. You know, it's okay. We got permission because the court clerk Kathy, conniving Kathy, said that, you know, we either need to give Travis Hines another arrest warrant over this or destroy his voice recorder. So they settled it by searching my voice recorder quickly while I was in jail. Not in front of me. Oh no, you can't do that. Oh no. You got to sneakily do it, but they put it in the report that they went through that process, possibly because it showed up on the body cam. I have yet to watch that, actually. Okay, I want that. And now let's just cut this, because you see this goes all through. Oh wait, who's that? Oh, this is not it. I thought I opened up the right one. It was the last one. Oh, but it's not in order. What? There it is. No, that's not it. What did I do with it? I thought I moved it. I only moved the picture. Well, that's not it. So I need to. All right, I know where it's at. I thought I moved it properly. It's in the Sony. It's right there. Okay, and now that needs time to process. All right, I delete the Hilgart stuff. I think that was Josh Hilgart, unless he's got a brother that looks similar to him, or somebody. Unless somebody, there's a lot of guys that look very similar. All right, so this is only 5 minutes. That Walmart one is 14 minutes. So now we just play the waiting game. And that's it, because this is, 41 minutes. It'll take a long time to upload. So who is this guy? Okay, there it is. All right. Who is this guy? I zoom in and out quite a bit. They stopped a car near where I was. And he was in the car the whole time. There was somebody standing on the passenger side. I record his feet a little bit. Oh, I skipped that. Okay, here we are. And then I think it's like about his height, about his, looks like weight size, same hair color, facial features look the same. And he look, he's pointing at her. He's giving her the finger gun, like he's shooting her. And I seem to recall that mannerism when he was engaging with me. All right, let's slow this down. Edit and speed. I don't know. How about half speed? See, it kind of looks like him, but it kind of doesn't. I'm not sure. I think it's likely to be him because his mannerisms are very similar. But I will say that they're trained to have this habit of waving at you when they're inside the car. They wave at you whether they would like to or not. He doesn't look at me at all. He doesn't look in my direction at all. But it's really annoying. It's really disingenuous to how they wave at you. They'll wave, and I never really see that so prevalent with cops in other cities, where they wave at everybody, total strangers. They just wave at you, and it feels kind of like they're flipping me off in a way, but they're doing it like, hey, I see you, you could be in jail next type of thing. It's very insulting the way they do that, and I know it's a part of their local training here, that wave. Yeah, you see, yeah, he does. I think he tries to avoid my camera. I think he knew that I was recording. Yeah, he quickly goes back in. Doesn't look at all, so it's no direct eye contact with the camera. I was a little late to the scene, I guess you could say. So that's my presentation. It feels incomplete, but I'm gonna have to stop here because of time.